Okay, choir. Choir and the band. Here we go. Okay.
Good morning.
All right, what's good? Just one.
We are small but mighty today. Please stand and join us in singing Open the Eyes of My Heart, and this one will get your heart pumping. One, two, one, two, three.
Good morning. If you weren't awake before, I imagine you're more awake now. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Stuart. For those of you who came in before I got up here, you saw me with the mask on. It's because I have a cough, and it is not COVID. I was tested. So wearing the mask as a precaution so I don't cough on anybody. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's see who we have on Facebook joining us today. I know we have on YouTube, generally speaking, we have Lana and Jess and Phil and Pam and Ann and Tony and Irma. And Scott, why are you raising your hand? Oh, Scott says hi, Ann, from the congregation. And who else? Didn't you tell me somebody else watches? Scott, was that you? Beverly, oh, it's Tom, it's you. I got to write that in my notes. Hi, Beverly. Glad to have you with us. All right. Allison is online. Good morning, Allison. Sharon. Oh, hi, Sharon. Sharon's in Connecticut. Oh, that's right. You left for Connecticut. And, so Sandy knows. She's at a wedding. I hope you're having fun. And that's all I can see out of the, so far, 9 people who are online. But good morning. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody in the sanctuary is here. As always, we have with us the Joyful Noise Band and Choir. And our special music today features Doreen Pariba with one of my favorite songs. And yeah. And we are welcoming first-timers right now. If you are here for the first time in the sanctuary and you feel comfortable and you would like to receive a welcome packet, please raise your hand. All right, we have no one with a raised hand this morning. So I will tell you, those of you online, If you would like to receive a welcome packet, you can email Eva at admin@unityofstuart.org, and she would be happy to send you a welcome packet. And in that welcome packet, in case somebody's new and they haven't raised their hand and they still want one, you can pick one up on the way out. And in that welcome packet is information about Unity, the Unity movement, and there's a prayer intention form in there, and there's a form you can fill out. Take to the welcome podium where Hildy will give you a gift if you fill out that form. And also for anybody in the room, if you'd like to take a couple of welcome packets to hand out to friends, I invite you to do that. We have some goodies in the kitchen. Please join us in the kitchen and on the patio if you can brave the humidity. We'll ask you to join us in the kitchen and on the patio. Most importantly, we would like you to know that Unity is a welcoming, affirming, positive path of spirituality. Everyone is welcome here, and no, there are no exceptions. Asking the people who are in the room, did you see the flags outside Unity this morning? Okay, when you leave, if you make a left out of the parking lot, you'll see flags that we got to kind of let more people know that we're here and what time our services are. So take a look at those, if you will. All right, moving on. This is our board of directors. Our director of the day is Peter Keelan. And if you have any questions and you can't get to me or you prefer to go to Peter, he will help you answer any questions. If he doesn't know the answer, he will find out and get back to you. You can also see that there is a new face. Those of you who are in the room, you can see there's a new face on there. That's Stacy Goldstein. Because our beloved Hildy resigned from the board because of personal things in her work, we get to appoint, the board gets to appoint someone to fill out Hildy's term. And Stacy Goldstein expressed an interest, so the board voted her in this past board meeting, and she'll be in next week, and we'll welcome her and introduce her to you in person next week. So that's our board of directors. We also have prayer chaplains on duty today, and at least one prayer chaplain is on duty today. Is there anyone else beside you, Brucey, today? Brucey is our prayer chaplain on duty today, and if you have any joy or challenge or anything at all that you'd like prayer support with, Brucey will be honored to pray with you and to hold your prayer in the highest confidence. So thank you. Alternatively, and as well as, you can email us here at prayer@unityofstuart.org with a prayer request or intention. You could also call the Silent Unity prayer line, and they will pray with you there as well. We also have a prayer box in the foyer. If you'd like, there's prayer forms out there. If you'd like to fill one out, put it in the prayer box. We will pray over it here and then send it off to Silent Unity. Good morning. Somebody just came in with 2 kiddos, so I think she might be a first-timer, so somebody directed her to the kiddos. Was that you, Ricky? Okay. All right. So let's take a deep breath. And so this is the last Sunday in Pride Month, and this is our 5th Unity Power, and today's power is the word power in the faculty of power. And so in concert with Pride Month, I just invite us to use our power to make good, positive change in the world, not only for the LGBTQIA community, but for all people who are minorities, who are oppressed, who don't have enough. We use our power to change the world. Great power lies within me, like a treasure chest full of gold and precious jewels buried in my own backyard. It is so close that I sometimes overlook it, leading me to search near and far, seeking strength and value outside myself. Yet, my personal power is based on and manifested from my innate power of power, sometimes called dominion. My powers of wisdom and love, along with the principle of creativity and others, are innate. Gemstones I can discover, learn to express, and share with the world.
Yeah.
Let's take a breath. As you know, when we hear a ring or a bell, it's our sign to take a deep breath. Or dance, whichever you like. All right. It's all right. I'm going to start from the beginning. Great power lies within me, like a treasure chest full of gold and precious jewels buried in my own backyard. It is so close that I sometimes overlook it, leading me to search near and far, seeking strength and value outside myself. Yet my personal power is based on and manifested from my innate power of power, sometimes called dominion. My powers of wisdom and love, along with the principle of creativity, and the other powers are innate. Gemstones I can discover, learn to express, and share with the world. I am rich in my capacity to use these inherent principles to reach goals as I intentionally create my life. I think, feel, speak, and behave in accordance with abilities derived from my divinity. I shine lights on the hidden parts of myself, knowing my personal power comes from expressing my best self. And so another deep breath, if you please. As we connect with the power that is innately ours, the power of spirit, the power of Christ consciousness, God consciousness, whatever you like to call it, the infinite divine consciousness. We open our hearts and minds to that power right here and now. And we affirm, I look within and discover my personal power. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm that together. I look within and discover my personal power. And now as we get ready, and I know we do this every week, and sometimes it's just, okay, she wants me to say it, so I'm going to say it. But I invite you to just think for a moment what it looks like to look within and discover your personal power. What does that look like for you? Does it look like being still, taking a deep breath, just sitting in the quiet for a moment or two? As we affirm one more time together. I look within and discover my personal power. And so it is. Amen. Let's prepare for meditation by singing.
Spreading beauty as it opens.
we breathe deeply, consciously. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. And breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Relaxing our bodies, releasing any tension. Dropping our shoulders, relaxing our foreheads. As we turn inward, Godward. In this holy moment, I embrace my indwelling power, the power that transcends any external circumstance. This power is both loving and comforting. With this power, I have the strength to navigate life and all challenges with grace, ease, resilience. In this connection and in this knowing that I am one with divine power, I am a conduit for spiritual energy. I receive guidance. I exercise my creativity and my profound insight. I choose to actively listen to my inner dialogue. I release any fear or thoughts of limitation, affirming instead my innate faculties of love, of faith, of strength, of wisdom, of power. I take charge of my thoughts, emotions, and actions, shaping my life with positivity and purpose. Right here, right now, I claim my spiritual powers. The power of will to choose, and the wisdom to discern the best path in every circumstance. I am empowered to overcome any limitations, aligning my thoughts with health, abundance, love, and success. As I move through this day, I radiate this inner power. And I affirm, I am love. I am peace. I am power. I am love. I am peace. I am power. In the quiet. And I invite you to take one more, at least one more deep, conscious breath, knowing you are love, you are peace, you are power. And as you know this for yourself, I invite you to bring into your awareness all of those that are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stuart, and all those that are in your mind and heart this morning, any situation, any person, any challenge. And you may wish to speak names out into this holy space. And releasing all into the care and keeping of the One. I invite you to join me in praying this in the name, in the nature, in the light, in the love of the indwelling Christ consciousness. And so it is. Amen. Let's sing.
When I call your name, you.
When I call your name, you sing, Dorothy.
All righty then. Good morning. A few months ago, Bob Sima and his wife blessed us with their music and their message, and this is a song that Bob wrote. It actually came into my life at a time when I really needed to hear it. And so if any of you are going through a hard time right now, or when you reflect about anything that's been difficult, this song's perfect. Thank you, Bob. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. No man, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, they also awoke you to the questions you needed to ask. The sleepless nights and the dizzying heights, and the dreams, some of which came true. Tough breaks, heartaches, perfect mistakes created this version of you. hurt, it made you softer. If it was hard, it fueled the hunger. If it touched you, your heart took hold. If it was simple, it made you wise. If it was sweet, it made you smile. Weaved an indelible impression on your soul. Your feet, they walked, and your lips, they talked, and your hands dug around for the proof. Every look, every book, picture in your mind that you took created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you, grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes there's the roots of an endless summer, part-time temporary lovers, and the swoon of the deep blue sky. And as the time flew, you planted and gathered your truth as it passed before your eyes. And the wound is where the light gets in, revealing the masterpiece just beneath the skin. In the glow of your own light, your petals open wide, you bloom right where you are. And everything you go through grows you, grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes who you are. No man, no lotus, haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, they also awoke you to the questions you needed to ask.
You can take your guitar off. Thank you. So I wanted you to tell me the word. I started to write it down, and then I was listening to you. In the glow of your own light. What did the word? Read that one to me.
In the glow of your own light, your petals open wide, you bloom right where you are.
Notice that it's in the glow of your own light, right? It's not something outside of us. And that's what we're talking about today, the divine power that lives within us. So in the glow of the light that accessing our divine power gives us, lets us bloom right where we are, not looking for something else outside of us. Love that. Welcome back to our 12 Power series. We are on the 5th power. We have explored so far strength, faith, strength, wisdom, and love. And of course, today we're looking at power. And simply put, power is our ability to move ideas into action. That's the power that we're talking about. Move ideas from words, from thoughts, into action. So power is our doing ability. Right? So in Unity tradition, we put a lot of faith, and rightly so, in the power of our mind. When we change our minds, we change our lives. Because what happens when we change our minds for real, right? When we say, okay, this is what I'm going to do now, this is how I'm going to be now, and we know that, our actions change in our lives. Yes? Have you seen that happen in your life? So I can just think over and over and over again something, but unless I believe it, I know it at the very depths of my cellular level, nothing is going to change. So our power, accessing our divine power, helps us, motivates us to actually do the things that we think that we want, that we say that we want. The other thing about living inside of our divine power is to be authentic, right? To not just say something for the sake of saying it or wishing something for the sake of wishing it. Here I go, excuse me. To be fully authentic, fully self-aware, and fully actualized, meaning that we fulfill our talents and our potential, we're called to be conscious, right? Because we can go through life unconsciously, using our power unconsciously. And that sometimes using our power unconsciously will get us things that we don't want. Which is why I consistently, and I urge us all to consistently interrogate my motives. Interrogate have you ever done something or said something and then thought, why did I do that? Why did I say that? That's unconscious use of power. That's unconscious use, and sometimes we're unconscious that we might be using it to manipulate or I don't want to say we consciously, well, subconsciously stuff comes out mean, right? So what we're called to do is to kind of think, especially when that happens, to go within and interrogate that, investigate. Why was that happening? What is going on within me that I'm behaving in this way, or that I attract things into my life that I don't want, or that I'm unhappy in some area in my life? It's about interrogating our inner life and our inner emotions that mostly not all of them, but a lot of times we're unconscious. It's what Carl Jung calls the shadow, right? The things in our makeup, in ourselves that we don't want to look like, we don't want to look at, right? If we're resentful about something, or if we get mean occasionally, what's going on there? Why is that happening? That's all part of our shadow. So the movie that as you saw briefly, we're looking at is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And so when we talk about our shadow, we're going to equate, in this moment, our shadow to the Voldemort in that movie, right? That thing that nobody even wants to say his name in the movie, right? Because he who must not be named. So Voldemort is I don't know if you can call him living, but he's the example of the shadow, right? He used his power to control and manipulate. It grew from his paranoia, whatever his trauma was, his anger and his sadness. And there was nothing empowering about the power that he who must not be named used. He demanded obedience from his followers and killed anyone who opposed him, including Harry's parents. Anybody in the room haven't seen that movie, or at least read about? Oh, okay. What? Oh man, go at least watch the first one, right? They're the clips we're going to be looking at. So go watch the first one, at least. So back to Voldemort. So he was the bad guy in the movie, right? He was the shadow and he claimed a power, but he claimed a dark power, right? So what does it mean to claim our power? It means to claim ourselves, right? To let that light of our power enrich us, let us glow from the inside out. It means we integrate all of our parts, all of our gifts, all of our talents, all of the things we like about ourselves, plus all of the things that we don't want to look like. Look at. We need to integrate those things. We must be willing to see all that is about us. Right? So one of the prayers that I say sometimes, oftentimes, is, what do I need to know about myself today? What do I need to uncover about myself? From the 12 Powers book by our co-founder Charles Fillmore, and know that, and going forward too, and I'll probably say this again, I changed the language from he and him in all areas to more gender-neutral language. So he said this: "It follows that every kind of human industry must be carried forward by a power that recognizes the divine law. We are the power of God in action. To us is given the highest power in the universe, the conscious power of thought. There is a universal creative force." Jerry, you're going to have to turn me up a little bit because I'm going to lower my voice. Give me a second. I'm sorry, folks. To us is given the highest power in the universe, the conscious power of thought. There is a universal creative force that urges us forward to a recognition of the creative power of our individual thought. This force is elemental, and all its attributes come under the dominion of humanity. When we cooperate with divine principle, the creative force, we sit on the throne of divine authority, and the force is subject to us. Sounds pretty arrogant, doesn't it? We sit on the throne of divine authority, and that creative force, that divine principle, is subject to us. It sounds arrogant until we realize that with the level of power that we carry comes responsibility. This is what the masters of the world understand and what the Voldemorts of the world don't. With power comes responsibility. You know, the unconscious use of power is about what have you done for me lately? What is this going to do for me? What can I get? Who can I control? How can I profit? How can I be right? How can I get my own way? That's the unconscious use of power. And by conscious, I mean unawake. There are some people who may walk around thinking that and being conscious of that. But those people are not awake. So those of us on this conscious spiritual path are striving to be awake. So the conscious use of power is being only concerned with how it can contribute. Win-win situations. How we can support others in claiming their power, in living fully authentic lives. Of course, this is what the master teacher Jesus taught. He was a barefoot, itinerant teacher, well, mostly barefoot, but he quietly rocked the world, the civilization, with his inner power, with the fact that he knew who he was, and he lived from that innate power. Changed history. And in claiming his power, he found himself. And as it can happen when we claim our own power, we can offend others. That is not, however, our responsibility. Our responsibility is to be in integrity, to be authentic, to be aligned with our spiritual values, and to claim our power and act accordingly. You know, Jesus didn't come to overthrow the Roman government. He came to teach that the kingdom of heaven is right here and right now, and we have the power to create that. He was just showing up as who he fully was, who he came here to be. He was just being very quietly powerful and empowering. And to those who are using their power unconsciously, unawake, that can be very frightening. And that brings us to Harry Potter. Now, most of us know that Harry, in the beginning of the first movie, he's a wizard, but he doesn't know it yet. His aunt and his uncle, who he lived with after his parents were killed by Voldemort, he kept getting these invitations to go to Hogwarts wizarding school, because all of the wizards and all the people who ran Hogwarts knew who he was. His parents were very famous. So his aunt and his uncle, who were muggles, who are not wizards, so the humans were muggles, they just kept destroying his invitations that kept coming through the mail, which is a great scene when finally all the invitations get through. Because they were afraid. They were afraid of his power. And in one of the earliest scenes in the movie, Hagrid, the Hogwarts gamekeeper, has tracked Harry down to a scary remote island where his aunt and uncle had moved with him, trying to hide him from his destiny. And after now you got to know if you haven't seen the movie, it looks like Hagrid is about 8 feet tall, maybe taller, in the movie. So he descends on the aunt and uncle and tells Harry that he's taken him and he's going to wizarding school. So Harry was confused until Hagrid explained that Harry was a wizard, and like his parents, he had powers. And Harry replies to Hagrid, "No, you've made a mistake. I can't be a wizard. I'm Harry, just Harry." So, how many of us, after learning what we teach here at Unity, that we are infinitely divine, we come from divinity, we are made in the image and likeness of divinity, think it's a mistake? Oh no, not me. I've said this before. When somebody said to me, "You would make a great minister," I said, "No." Like literally, not me, no. You know? When someone sees your light and tells you about it, do you believe them? So Harry's family was afraid of his potential. So they went out of their way to belittle him, to make him feel less than, to deny who he really was. But eventually the truth came out, and Harry was told of his true nature. And he finally made it to Hogwarts, supported and is acknowledging his power and stepping into who he really was. So maybe you can think of Unity as your Hogwarts, where you find what your power is, where we acknowledge the power and you step into it. So we follow Harry on his journey to Hogwarts, where he meets Ron and Hermione, two of his best friends throughout the series, and they welcome him. He's also introduced to Draco Malfoy, who doesn't welcome him. Draco says to Harry, "You'll soon find out that some wizarding families are better than others. You don't want to hang out with the wrong sort. I can help you with that." And then Harry replies, "I think I can figure out the wrong sort for myself." That leads us to our first clip.
When I call your name, you will come forth. I shall place the sorting hat on your head, and you will be sorted into your houses. Harry Potter?
Difficult, very difficult. Plenty of courage, I see. Not a bad mind either. There's talent Oh, yes, and a thirst to prove yourself. But where to put you?
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
Not Slytherin, eh? Are you sure? You could be great, you know. It's all here in your head. And Slytherin will help you on the way to greatness. There's no doubt about that. No? Well, if you're sure, better be Gryffindor!
So already we see Harry making choices. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the movie, Slytherin is the house where everybody who's gone over to the dark side goes. Now, of course, that's the house of the villain of the movie, one of the villains, Draco Malfoy. So we see Harry making decisions based on his inner wisdom, based on his love, faith, and courage, how he wants to be good. He wants to start taking action based on love and wisdom. He doesn't allow himself to be tempted to go into Slytherin because he knows that all the wizards that come out of Slytherin misuse their power. So the next clip we're going to look at is this first flying lesson. So they learn how to fly on brooms. And they play a game called Quidditch that is played on brooms. So the scene that we're about to see is right after a new friend, Nigel Longbottom, falls off his broom. The broom is out of control. He just takes off out of control. He falls off. And here in this scene, Draco has stolen something precious from Harry's friend, Nigel.
Oh dear, it's a broken wrist. Poor boy, come on now, up you get.
Everyone's to keep their feet firmly on the ground while I take Mr. Longbottom to the hospital wing. Understand? If I see a single broom in the air, the one riding it will find themselves out of Hogwarts before they can say Quidditch.
Did you see his face? Maybe if the fat lad had given this a squeeze, he would remember to fall on his fat ass. Give it here, Malfoy. No. I think I'll leave it somewhere for Longbottom to find. How about on the roof?
Harry has not flown yet.
What's the matter, Potter? Bit beyond your reach. Harry, no way. You heard what Madam Hoop said. Besides, you don't even know how to fly. What an idiot. Give it here, Malfoy, or I'll knock you off your broom. Is that so? Have it your way, then.
Harry Potter?
Follow me.
So, in trying to get Nigel's property back from Draco, Henry jumps onto his broom, takes off. What's interesting about this scene is Harry isn't showing off, right? He's not getting on the broom because he wants to impress people. He had never flown on a broom before. He just wants to get back his friend's item, the item that had been stolen. I'm sorry, Dorian's just sitting here smiling at me. And it's rare that I see somebody just like smiling at me everybody's looking like with concentration. But I digress. So in that flying, Harry discovers his talent for flying while trying to help someone else. And he discovers this ability while he's making a contribution, choosing to help others with his power. So when, I forget the woman's name who came in at the end of that scene in the movie. It's Maggie Smith, but does anybody remember her character? Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall comes down and says, Harry, come with me. Not because she wants to give him a hard time. It's because she knows that the Quidditch team needs a new seeker, which someone who goes after the snitch. Thank you. Someone who goes after the snitch. So that's what happens. Harry becomes now a star on the Quidditch team because she saw that. So, one more clip. At the end of the movie, Harry's in Professor Dumbledore's office. Now, this is a different movie, right? He saves Ron's sister, Ginny, and he defeats one of the incarnations of Voldemort. And in the process, he finds out that he shares some of the powers of that dark wizard.
You both realize, of course, that in the past few hours, you have broken perhaps a dozen school rules.
Yes, sir.
And there is sufficient evidence to have you both expelled.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, it is only fitting that you both receive special awards for services to the school.
Thanks, sir.
And now, Mr. Weasley, if you would, have an owl deliver these release papers to Azkaban. I believe we want our gamekeeper back. Harry, first, I want to thank you, Harry. You must have shown me real loyalty down in the chamber. Nothing but that could have called Fawkes to you. And, second, I sense that something is troubling you. Am I right, Harry?
It's just... You see, sir, I couldn't help but notice certain things, certain similarities between Tom Riddle and me.
I see. Well, you can speak parcel tongue, Harry. Why? Because Lord Voldemort can speak parcel tongue. If I'm not mistaken, Harry, he transferred some of his powers to you the night he gave you that scar.
Voldemort transferred some of his powers to me.
Not intentionally, but yes.
So the Sorting Hat was right. I should be in Slytherin.
It's true, Harry. You possess many of the qualities that Voldemort himself prizes. Determination, resourcefulness, and if I may say so, a certain disregard for the rules. Why then did the Sorting Hat place you in Gryffindor?
Because I asked it to.
Exactly, Harry, exactly. Which makes you different from Voldemort. It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices. If you want proof why you belong in Gryffindor, then I suggest you look more closely at this. Be careful.
Godric Gryffindor.
It would take a true Gryffindor to pull that out of the hat.
It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices. So we see through Harry's journey that he learns more and more about his abilities, his power of intention, and the abilities that Voldemort transferred to him. Now, in the movie, it's important that he embrace both of those abilities, the ones that come through his parents and the ones that come accidentally through Voldemort, and that's the shadow part, right? So that's for us to shine the light on that shadow part and integrate it with the part that we like and that has the more wisdom and more love in our lives. It's when Harry embraces both his light and his darkness that he is able to claim his full power. And so it is with us. So back to not being able to, people not wanting to say Voldemort's name out loud. And people in the movie, their denial of Voldemort was so strong that they wouldn't even say his name out loud. They denied his very existence. So a question I have for you is, what are you denying about you? Is there anything about you that you're afraid to name or that you're afraid to look at? I see some people saying no, but I'll tell you that it's yes for me. There are some things that I don't want to look at in my life, but I look at them because that's where the power comes from. To look, to be compassionate with self, and then to integrate that and to continue to do the right thing or make amends when I haven't done the right thing. Like Harry, we make choices in every moment that change our lives, that set the tone for our lives. We can choose to serve a greater good or not. So what choices are you making today? Are you choosing to exercise your innate divine power? Are you choosing to develop your gifts and abilities? Focusing on making the greatest contribution, the biggest difference we can make? Practicing principles, demonstrating our values in our everyday life? Or not? George Bernard Shaw sums up this decision. It's a writing entitled The True Joy in Life. This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose recognized by you as a mighty one. Being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances. Complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. He goes on, I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community. And as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I've got to hold up for the moment. And I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. And Jimmy Carter, the great Jimmy Carter, said it this way: my faith demands that I do whatever I can, wherever I am, whenever I can, for as long as I can, and with whatever I have to, whatever I have to try to make a difference. Again, what choices are you making? How are you using your power? Like Harry, let's commit to claiming our power even when it scares us, using our power to help, not to hurt, to empower, not to overpower, to give, not take, to spread love, not hate. Nowhere is this more important than in our U.S. right now. And with the upcoming election and everything that's going on and the debate, to use our power for good, to use our power inwardly and outwardly for positivity. And when striving to make that difference feels overwhelming, like you could never do enough, I invite us back into Jewish wisdom, ancient wisdom in the Talmud. Do not be daunted by the enormity of the world's grief. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. You are not obliged to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. And so it is. Amen. Namaste. And now we are preparing for our celebration of abundance, also known as our love offering. For those of you online, our love offering information is underneath this video, and we invite you to continue to give as you are not here, to support Unity of Stuart with your weekly or monthly giving as best as you can with whatever makes sense to you. And for those of you, I had a question someone asked me about consistent giving this morning. There is a flyer in front of you for consistent giving. As you travel this summer, we invite you to become a consistent giver. And for everyone who gives of your time, of your talent, of your treasure, we are grateful for you. And I hope you feel the impact that you have when you give to Unity of Stuart with your presence, with your service, and with your financial gifts. Let us move into blessing our prosperity and abundance together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stuart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met from every direction, known and unknown. Our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Let's sing. Thank you for that harmony. Next week is Potluck Sunday and Name Tag Sunday. Please come back and join us. Wear your name tag and bring a dish to share. If you don't have a name tag, there is a sign-up sheet out there in the foyer for Eva to make you a name tag. And also, you can make a difference by signing up to help in hospitality or on the usher team or the welcome team. Now, Ricky is out there in the hallway. If you have any questions about the usher team, you can ask him. And you can ask Eva about the welcome team and also the hospitality team. I know we have some kiddos in the building.
Reverend Jude, I do have an announcement.
Oh, good.
So if you go into the kitchen, there's an invitation to a birthday party on the 4th.
Whose birthday party?
On the 4th of July, and I basically invite everybody because it's a potluck, so we always have enough food. Just bring a dish to share, maybe a chair or two, and the invitation's there. So you're all welcome. It's a chance for us to get to know each other better, and no presents, just your presence.
All right. Whose birthday? On July 4th? Okay.
That's right. You have to come and celebrate. We'll do both of us.
Scott, would you do me a favor? Did Molly go out to the kids? Peter? Kiddos? When's the next coffee house, Rini?
August 16th. It's going to be something different. It's a solo spotlight because there's so much traveling going on right now. We don't have an opportunity to really practice as a group. So we're going to do a coffee house where each one of us is going to do something individually.
On their own.
Right, so that's August
So it'll
what?
be an intimate coffee
16th.
house.
August 16th.
It's still a Friday night. Yep.
We got kiddos? All right, let's stand as we sing in our kiddos.
1,
beautiful, I'm sure highly intelligent children.
Do you want to share your name?
My name is Autumn. Jade.
Autumn and Jamie. Hi, Autumn. Jane. Hi, Autumn. Hi, it's Janie, I think. Is that what you call it, Janie? Oh, Jane. Okay. Oh, Jade. I got it now. And what's your name? Hi, Candy. Welcome. Is it your first time here? Okay, welcome. Glad you're here. All right. Is there anything else you want to share, Autumn? No? Okay. Jade, anything you want to share?
Hi.
Yeah? Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. Okay. Very good. Anything you want to share?
So today we made prayer bracelets that we are wearing and demonstrating that we can carry our prayers with us wherever we go. And I wanted to further encourage you guys to reach out and get some kids involved with our spirit camp that I'm hosting in just a couple weeks. I'm so excited, but if you need help with a QR code or flyers or anything, come see me.
Everyone's welcome. It's free.
Everyone's welcome. It's completely free. We have lots of fun and amazing activities planned. And yeah, I'm excited about it.
All right. And you see up there the youth fundraiser. I happened to be away.
Yes.
I happened to be away, so I didn't get to go. But the kiddos raised $455 for this program.
Yes, and thank you guys. We had so much fun. We had a blast, right? It was so much fun. Yeah, so we'll try that one again another time.
Good.
That was awesome.
All right. Let's stand as we bless our kiddos with song. All right. Let us close. I'm going to stay up here. If you want to come say hi to me, come up here. I'm not going to be in the line. I don't want to cough on anybody. Let's close with the prayer, protection, and the peace song. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am